I really want to serve and help and take advantage of every opportunity I ever have. I got a call from a home health company I was developing a relationship with. They'd sent me one, and they called me and said, "Hey, we have another one, but they're 40 minutes from town." And I'm like, oh, let me think about it. Like I want to say yes because I would say yes to every opportunity, but saying yes to that would take away opportunities of so many hours per day while you're driving to and from that. Like I got to think about it. And I was just low enough that would fill me up to be as much as I could handle for the week. I thought, well, other opportunities haven't come to my phone or my fax machine, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I called them back the next day and said, I'll accept that referral. You know, what do I need to know? And they sent me all the information. And we went down and did the evaluation. Met her son and daughter-in-law were there for evaluation, and they were all great. And the son asked me, she had a wound on her leg. He said, well, how long do you think it's going to take to heal that? And I wouldn't say it's a challenge in his voice, but there was definitely it was definitely an important answer, whatever I said. And I don't ever want to misinform anybody or say something just to make them happy. And so I told him, wound healing research, how we will write the goal is that size of that area wise will be half the area in 4 weeks. And he just kind of nodded and took that answer. Months later, when it was completely healed in a couple months, he was so impressed that I had the conviction to tell him in 1 month it'll be half that size, and that it actually got healed because he had been there and his wife had been there 5 days a week or more to change the dressings, and it wasn't getting better, and they just were frustrated. And then we actually worked with her for quite some time, and he called me just last week and said, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for everything you guys have done. You just go above and beyond the call of duty. What really your role would be, that we really appreciate that. And he said, I also wanted to let you know that my mom's decided to go on hospice. She's not going home from the hospital. Oh, okay. But we had taken extra special care of her. She was hypoglycemic one day I went to see her. And we got her blood sugars back up, and she was stable in that regard, but she was wanting to go back to sleep. So I said, is it okay if I call your son? She said, yeah. And I called and had that conversation with him, like, hey, here's what was going on when I got here. Here's how she's doing now. I think she's going to be okay, but I wanted to make sure somebody's going to come see her, interact with her within a few hours. I don't feel good if I just let her go to sleep and leave and go home without somebody at least knowing. And they live 7 minutes away. They said, yeah, we're getting ready. We'll be down 30-40 minutes. It's fine. You can go. So, okay. Well, things like that happened about 3 or 4 times over the course of a year that we're taking care of her. And that last time she was hypoglycemic when we saw her. She didn't pull out of it as good, and she's decided that she wanted to go to the hospital from there, and eventually I guess decided to go hospice and didn't make it out of there. But it was just so rewarding and neat to have that opportunity to keep her in her home for that year. I truly don't think if she didn't have somebody coming for therapy 3 to 5 times a week for that whole year, that she would have been forced her hand on that conversation of which place do you want to live.